Good evening everyone, this is Sam back for a new video. This time we're going to be talking about the recent changes that were mentioned on the forums to War vs World and PvP tier of rewards. These two modes are getting legendary armor, and trust me, this is going to have its impact on the economy.
Weekend millionaires, just trying to be cool. Yeah, one day we'll be there, till Monday comes again. We're weekend millionaires.
I'm gonna try my best to keep this video as simple, short and concise as possible, all the while giving you all the necessary information that you need to make some clever investments. First of all, let's go to the forum post. The forum post was just a few lines long, but actually holds most of the crucial information that we need. This set will not have a new skin, which means it will be only sought after by the people who need the legendary capabilities of it. Legendary capabilities, that means rune swapping. Rune swapping means probably a little bit less demand, especially on the War vs World side, because these units have a lot of ascended sets with a lot of different runes. So there is probably gonna be a spike in demand of runes and then it's gonna drop. If you have any runes stored, you might want to sell them during that change on August 8th. At the same time, we also know that these sets are not going to be that easy to acquire. It has been mentioned that 3 new PvP or War vs World gifts will be needed as long as an ascended piece of gear to make a legendary piece. So that's rather interesting for us, because so far, when we were looking at ad hoc rewards for PvP, for example, we have had the Vial of Salt. The Vial of Salt was using the Mystic Essences, and each of these was using tier 6 as well as tier 5. So we could make an educated guess and say that it is probably a decent idea to hold on to the tier 6 and tier 5. Right now, they're quite expensive anyways, due to the 2 legendaries that we've had recently. So, all in all, you should be keeping them and looking at August the 8th before cashing out. Now, if we look at the rest of the information, we just know that it is new gifts. So obviously, we can't speculate about anything that has been used before. However, one thing that we can look at is that people are going to be needing, all in all, to acquire said ascended armor before making it legendary. If we look at the War vs World requirement for getting it, it takes mostly War vs World skirmish claim tickets. So that means that people are not necessarily going to be making it right away. They are going to be needing to get tickets first and then buy the armor. We should also look at the fact that marks are needed both for PvP and for War vs World. Grandmaster Tailor, Grandmaster Leatherworker, and Grandmaster Armorsmith mark are going to be needed. What does that mean for you or me? Well, that means that we can speculate just a little bit and make some profit on the crafting of these marks. They are using, for example, carbonized mithril ingots, square of Vabian silk, blended leather sheets, empowered mithril ingots, carbonized woodboard, weaponized mithril ingots, these type of materials. If you have watched the Ascended Profit video previously, you already have a tool to know whether these are more profitable or not than the regular craft, as they are written down in there. If you have not watched the video, or if you are not a Patreon, you can use GW2 to get a clear idea. Now, let's go back to the matter at hand. On top of this, what else is going to be needed? For both PvP and War vs World, we're going to be needing these specific currencies. So War vs World, we've already talked about the skirmish claim tickets. The other one is the Memories of Battle. For PvP, that's the Ascended and the normal Shards of Glory. If you have looked at the trending post over the past week, the Shards of Glory and Memories of Battle have spiked tremendously. This is particularly the case for Shards of Glory, with buyouts over the million. The wall at 70 copper disappeared and we are upwards to a silver in price. This is crazy, as these levels were not attained for the past year, ever since the amazing Season 5 that was so rewarding that everyone flocked to it. So now, what can be said for you or me if we want to invest? Well, we should be getting ready to sell our runes, we should be ready to sell our Memories of Battle, our Shards of Glory, probably before the patch hits and the recipes are discovered, because in case it doesn't use that many, you might want to have cashed out before. And then you will want to look at what you can make for the Ascended mats part. And for that, as I said, spreadsheet or Gears2BLTC.com. On another hand, we're getting rather close to the XPAC. One advice that I can already give you before making a more focused video for that specific matter is that the XPAC is gonna have one huge impact on the GW2 population. You might be thinking, yes, a lot of players are gonna be coming back, and as such, all the mats are gonna get farmed and their price will drop. Well, actually, that's not the case, only partly. Lots of players are gonna come back, and the current population are gonna be moving to the new maps. That means that the maps from HOT as well as the core area maps are going to be abandoned at least for a short while. All the materials that are specific to these zones are going to be going up in price. While the materials from core area are most likely to end up being in the new maps as well, some materials specifically tied to Arthur-Thorns, such as for example evergreen slevers, the Mordrum lodestones, all of these items might actually be going up in price. If you see an item that seems particularly oversupplied and undervalued at the moment, you might want to invest slightly into it, because it might prove to be a very good investment. We can discuss this in the Patreon channel of my Discord or in the general one if you wish to. If you have any other questions, feel free to ask them in the comments section or directly on said Discord. The link to it is in the description. Finally, I would like to bring another matter to you guys. For the people who are not aware still, I am going to Gamescom in 3 weeks. If you want to meet, please tell me. We can definitely arrange so. I will be there on every day except the Tuesday, because that one is mostly for press people. There is also going to be an ArenaNet event as part as their summer of even face-to-face moments. They are going to be in Cologne on Thursday, August 24, which is also going to be 4 days after my birthday, so you can do the math. And I will try to get to that community greet and meet. If I cannot get there, and you have signed up and have a spot for a guest, please do tell me. I'll be very interested to tag along. Otherwise, I will do my best to film part of this meet and greet and upload it to the YouTube channel so that everyone can feel like they have attended it. I hope that you guys have enjoyed this video and that the information in it was rather useful to you. Again, if you have anything you would like to discuss, either in the comment section or talk to me personally. If you have any question that you would like to see specifically answered on a video, we also have that Q&A still running. You can participate in it by using the link down below. I wish every single one of you a happy trading and to get happily and ever after rich.